So I'm doing this video for English teachers, for online English teachers, for native English teachers. In this video, I would like to advise you regarding teaching teaching Russian students, right? As you know, I'm an expert on the Russian and Eastern European market. I've been teaching in this market for 20 years, okay? And now I would like to advise you to share with you my experience because after one lovely article with let me double check. So this is basically Paul Salloway from LinkedIn. So he interviewed me, and after that I've got some questions. I received some questions from you guys, and it was really hard to respond to each of you personally. That's why I decided to make a short video, right? So I'm streaming now live on my YouTube, and I'll share with you this recording, and you'll be able to watch. Okay, so first of all, I would like to share with you something. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, so basically Paul asked me, okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, so this is an article that Paul wrote about Russia as an ESL market, right? And he asked me several questions. Right, so we're going to look at this article now, and I'll give you more information, okay, about teaching Russian and Eastern European students, right? So here he's asking me about my professional background, right? So my professional background is as following. So basically, I've got bachelor's degree in ESL. I'm certified qualified English as a foreign language teacher. This degree is from a European university. Basically, my degree is recognized in the UK. I have a qualified teacher status in the UK and full Irish registration with the Teaching Council. Okay, and I also have a master's degree in education, and I've been teaching English as a foreign language for more than 20 years this year. Okay, so and at the moment I live in Ireland. I'm married to my Irish husband, and I used to live in London as well. And I've taught in both countries, in schools of both countries. Okay, so now he's asking me about some platforms. I'm going to talk about platforms a bit later. So I'll cover LiveXP platform. I will cover Patreon, Patreon, and I will cover Telegram a little bit. Okay, so here he's asking me about which other social media platforms and payments, how to accept payments, right? And how to teach Russian students, right? So what topics would be relevant? Okay, so obviously you can read this article, but I'd like to start with talking about not platforms at the moment, not payment at the moment, but for example, how to teach, right? How to teach Russian students. So if you're interested, you can find this article actually in the description below, okay? And you will be able to read everything in that article. But I mostly actually get questions from you guys after possibly this article was on my LinkedIn, on Paul's LinkedIn, and that's how you got through to me. Okay, if we talk about Russian and Eastern European students, first thing I'd like to mention, and I've already discussed it with Paul, I told it in his article, is they love somebody that speaks their language, okay? So Russians and Eastern European students, they tend to choose somebody who speaks their language. That's kind of their priority. And that's why if we talk about Preply, one of the platforms I teach, I do my individual classes on Preply. And I can say I'm rather popular because I speak Russian and I speak Lithuanian. And a lot of students, when they choose me, they specify that they're interested in somebody who can explain grammar to them, who can explain difficult structures to them. So that's what makes them different from, let's say, Asian market, where students love having native speakers and they love learning language from the native speakers. They usually have their own teachers, as again for grammar, but they love drilling pronunciation and speaking with native speakers. That would also apply to Eastern European students as well and Russians. However, they still prefer somebody who can translate straight away because they love using their language a lot, especially Russians, okay? And they still think in their language and they are very difficult to switch to English. For instance, when they talk, they're like, and how is this in English? Can you translate this? They translate in their head. And that's probably what makes this market a bit less attractive for native speakers, because guys love having somebody who can explain and translate straight away. So that's one thing. However, this market is actually in need of, for young children, what they love doing, the same like, for instance, the same like Chinese learners or Japanese learners, Asian learners, they love having somebody at very young age to teach them everything, to play with them and have English only environment. That's rather popular. So for young kids, definitely guys go for it, and that would be something really in demand. Also business English, right? And CPA, like Cambridge exam, right? Cambridge proficiency, right? CPE, I mean, sorry, my bad. So Cambridge English proficiency as well. There are not enough teachers who can prepare Russian speakers. Usually they are Russian teachers of English, and they definitely, let's say I get a lot of requests for CPE, but I've done it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of CPE. I stopped with CAE at the moment. So definitely that is a niche gap where really it's really in demand, CPE and CAE for Russian teachers of English, for English learners who would like to probably relocate, or just usually it's for English teachers. Actually, I've got quite a few requests from English teachers because what they do, they would like to get rid of their accents, right? And also they just like to chat in English. They lack this just normal chat, you see. That's why I have a lot of conversational classes. So first, young kids, you know, all those games and activities like flowers and unicorns, how we call them, right? And the same like with business English, especially CPE. So if you're really, really good at academic English, I would definitely recommend you going into CPE preparation. Again, like I have a lot of requests from the same Russian English teachers who would like me to explain certain rules to them, and they would like, even though they're English teachers, right? But they'd like to hear it in Russian. okay, or in Lithuanian, depends, because I have English teachers from both countries, as I am a fluent Russian and Lithuanian speaker. Okay, so, but definitely I'd like to specify that CP, huge demand for CP, huge demand. So guys, this is definitely niche for you. CAE as well, and young kids. Young kids love, like, all those games activity with English only, especially for very, very young learners, like 3.5, 4, 5 preschool kids, basically. Then let's say starting from primary and finish, like, those levels, let's say till C1 till B2, they're not confident enough having a native speaker and having English only environment. They love translation and they love explanations in Russian. So that's definitely the case there. Another thing, there are a lot of those Russian English teachers who create those super courses. This is like really, really something super, how to say, common now and popular. Everybody creates their own authentic course, as they call it. But in reality, what they do, they usually copy paste British Council videos and information there, just put them like in a nice looking interactive, on a nice looking interactive platform, and just sell it as their own course. Everybody, all YouTubers, all Instagrammers, every more or less qualified and not qualified. And you see, Russians have this oversaturated market of all those super courses, and that's why to sell something super professional of high quality and like really, really, really good, it's really hard, because you don't want to go cheap, and they sell it rather cheaply, right? Let's say for 30 euro, you can get some kind of course on phrasal verbs or idioms, or some kind of do, make, collocations, etc. So they make, or all tenses or whatever. So basically they create those courses and they do grammar translation method. So grammar translation method everywhere. They just have this idea. Imagine, even during their final exam, ЕГЭ, how it's called, unified state exam, they have tasks written in Russian. Imagine, tasks written in Russian. So imagine the level of language. So basically everything is about this grammar translation method. Kids, when they finish school, they don't have this idea and understanding that you have to have authentic language. Everything is in translation, with translation. They constantly translate. Let's say in Lithuania, if we take Lithuania, our unified state exam, it's all in English, right? So our kids, and I've been preparing for, okay, I'm not preparing now, but I had been preparing for many, many years, and everything was English only. I taught in my classes English only. Sometimes I would explain stuff in Lithuanian. But our kids in Lithuania, they kind of grow understanding that they need to learn English, and they learn like all those terms and everything in English. In Russia, it's other way around. Everything is in Russian. So that makes a difficult explanation of certain terms and grammar to them. That's why you have to keep that in mind, okay? So yeah. But if we talk about proficiency levels, especially probably some kind of course for Russian English teachers would be useful, because they definitely would like to grow and develop. Another thing, there are a lot of people who work for international companies. Let's say I get quite a few business English students. They work in, let's say, American companies or European companies. They're based in Russia, but they do collaborate with internationals on a daily basis. And they're super good in English, and they just want to develop, right? Professional English or spoken English. So yeah, so those would be the niches if we talk about, right? Okay, so now you asked me a question, how do I deal with my courses, right? So first thing, let me share my screen at the moment. Yeah, so what I'd like to show you is LiveXP platform. Okay, this is actually this platform. They contacted me on Instagram, and I had a meeting with one of the probably developers, I don't know, or marketing specialist. This is the only platform so far I found which, well, won't cost you an arm and a leg. So it's livexp.com, and you can create your own course here, right? So you see people put in some courses, not so many teachers here yet, right? So what you can do, you can create your course like webinars and schedule meetings, okay? And this course would be like meeting, right? And then this recording stays on the platform, okay? And after that, you can even sell this recording, okay? And students who book with you, it's sort of like a webinar thing. Okay, so LiveXP, very good platform for that. If you want to have your online courses, online webinars, you can also teach English here, for example, or you can, for example, teach any other languages, okay? So basically, you can do private lessons as well here. But I don't do private lessons at the moment, so many. Here, I only do my online courses, okay? Like webinars, okay? So this is a LiveXP platform, very good one. Another platform where you can post your courses, right, is, well, it's not like sort of courses, but anyway, what you can do is Patreon. I don't know how to call it correctly. Patreon, probably. Okay, so I'm new here. I just started. So basically what you need to do, you need to create your page, right? Here, you sort of, all your videos are protected, okay? I don't have any Patreons yet, but you can upload your videos and your course as well, okay? And you can have different tiers. Let me see. For example, different tiers with different, for instance, let me double check. I don't understand why I can't find my courses. Yeah, so basically you write different tiers, and those tiers have a different prices, okay? So for instance, yeah, so you can here, you see, live stream as well, upload a video or audio or link, images. So again, it's like LiveXP as well, but here it's sort of kind of, you can have your course as well. I am still working on this one. I haven't finished it. So yeah, so basically you see different tiers. So and they are like different levels, okay? Yeah, so those are my posts. Let me double check. So yeah, LiveXP or Patreon, okay? Those are two platforms, right? For if we're talking about online course, right? Which you want to do like webinar. Okay. Now, one more thing that if I'll be able actually to share my screen with you, let me double check. It says only Chrome. I can't do Telegram. Okay, guys, sorry about that, because I was trying to share you my Telegram. Let me see if it allows me to not really. Okay. Anyway, okay, so what's Telegram? Telegram, it's like social media platform. Okay, Paul also asked me if Viber is still alive in Russia. Yes, for people who are sort of 50 plus, yes. But for younger generation, definitely not. But Telegram is amazing platform. Basically, you can create your channel, right? And it's sort of like your profile. You can make this channel private so that nobody has access to it, right? And you can share the link or add only your students to that channel. And again, you can have sort of your course there. Okay, so that's, if you want more on Telegram and how to do all those things, you just comment and I'll give you more ideas, okay, on Telegram. So also you can have like your group there. It's sort of the same as Facebook group, where you can keep all your students and share your materials, right? And have your course, your like online webinar or your course. So there are a lot of ways how you deal with, if you have your sort of course that you've prepared and you would like to have like group classes, online group classes, or online webinars. So there are different platforms, right? As I said, LiveXP, Patreon, and basically Telegram channel, right? Which you can share with your students as well. Another thing is in Russia, they love everything to be presented super beautifully, right? And promotion is really important, and marketing and sales team. In order to start, right, if you want to go super professional, so what you have to do, you have to create proper social media. Usually in Russia, it's okay, you can create channel on Telegram, or you can, now super popular, everybody's going there. I'm now working on this at the moment. And another is Instagram. Of course, Instagram is sort of old already. Everybody knows that. But in Russia, it's really super popular thing. And in Eastern Europe, possibly Eastern Europe would be more Facebook. So your professional Facebook page, or you can create even a Facebook group. But imagine, you have to talk to people first. Before selling your course, before selling your courses, you have to talk to people, interact with people. People have to understand that you're a live person. So you have to create, if you want to go really professional, first you need to create this social media presence, right? You have to be present on social media. Then you have to have a certain amount of followers, a certain amount of interaction, okay? And what you need to do then, you need to hire a producer, okay? Producer will help you with organization and establishment and launch of your course, okay? If you want to go professional, you can't go without professional producer. Okay, without professional team, guys, in Russia, I wouldn't recommend doing anything, because they don't like all those kind of self-made things and blah blah. They can get a lot of cheap, beautifully looking products. They love visuals very much. Okay, for them, visual is very important. So you need to hire producer, a person who will help you organizing your course, advising you everything, and launching your course, right? Second, target specialist. On Facebook, you can do target ads yourself, finding your target audience and making your advertisement. But it's better to start with a target specialist. And also there should be copywriter who will write the ad texts for you. Okay, we might think that we can multitask and do everything, but that's not possible. Okay, everybody has to do their job. If you're a professional teacher, educator like myself, you can't be teacher and you can't be marketing and target specialist and producer at the same time. Okay, so you need a producer, you need target specialist, marketing specialist, right? Sometimes you will probably even need to have that, for instance, interview or some kind of consultation. How they are called now, marketing, and basically what they do, they talk to you, they help you understand what you want to do, what spheres you are best at, and they will help you go and develop in that particular sphere and give you all those steps needed, right? So it's sort of consultation with marketing specialists, right? In order to focus and narrow down what you want to do, okay? If you have already your course and you don't need that consultation anyway, you will need marketing specialist, right? Or producer who will help you launching that course, okay? And target specialist, okay? For your social media presence, it's very important nowadays to have stories, right? So you can also have somebody who will help you with your stories. Social media manager, SMM team, right? So it will be SMM person who will help you with your stories or who can help you with your post and visual presence. Guys, for Eastern European and Russian market, visuals are super important. They will only buy products and courses that have very good visual presence, okay? Before they will start reading, they need to see something beautiful, okay? So you definitely have to be on Instagram, Facebook professional page for Eastern European market more, or for very professional Russian market. If we're talking about business people, right? So they would probably look at your Facebook professional page. LinkedIn is not super important for Russia, so I wouldn't be worrying about that too much. Okay, TikTok. TikTok is very important because it's super popular and it's growing popularity, and it's something that you have to kind of have short funny videos. What I do, I don't do funny videos almost but what I do, I save all my Instagram stories on TikTok, and yeah, I kind of don't develop that sphere too much, but that's a really interesting gap and niche, and you can work with it. Sort of very short 1 minute videos, you can do that. So that's why, guys, if you are thinking on going professional, on publishing your course, advertising your course, definitely think about, like, at least you need to invest around €1,000, around that, because like without investment you won't get anything. If you want to get to a Russian market, if you want to be professionally represented, you need to have this professional team, okay? So as I've mentioned, if you want me to make more videos on that, let me know, guys. That was like short introduction on everything. So if you have any more questions, just let me know. I hope it was useful. Okay? See you soon. Bye.